Some say Arequipa is the most beautiful city in Peru, and it's certainly worth visiting for the breathtaking sceneries and fun activities it offers. Here are the top 10 things to do in Arequipa. Be sure to stick around until the end of this video so you don't miss any of these exciting activities in the White City. Number 10. Trekking in Colca Canyon. You've probably already decided to trek the Colca Canyon, right? If not, then you should at least take a day trip to see the picturesque canyon. The Colca Canyon is one of the top 3 deepest canyons in the world, almost twice as deep as the more famous Grand Canyon. Hiking it can be very tough, but the breathtaking views are more than worth it. For the day trippers, you can join the many daily tours that bring you to the viewpoint La Cruz del Condor and marvel at the majestic canyons. If you're lucky, you might even see Andean condors up close. Condors are one of the 3 sacred animals in Peru legends, and this viewpoint is one of the few places to see them soaring high in the sky. Number 9. Explore the beautiful Plaza de Armas. If you want to start your tour on a high note, one of the first things to do once you get to Arequipa is to explore the beautiful Plaza de Armas. This, by far, one of the major tourist attractions in the city, and it's one you certainly do not want to miss. Thousands of tourists troop into this location annually to witness the picturesque scenes firsthand, and you can bet it's worth all the hype. The very well-maintained structure features towering palm trees that house several pigeon species, and you'll also find a green, extra-large metallic fountain in the mix, adding to the already awesome view of the square. Plus, the square is surrounded by sublime architecture and sits in front of the famous Basilica Cathedral. This plaza is more relaxed than many others across the city, so you can just soak up the refreshing environment while reading a book or taking perfect pictures. Number 8. Take in a mind-blowing view of the city from the top of El Misti. As mentioned earlier in this video, Arequipa is among Peru's most beautiful cities. However, you can hardly get as much of a view of the city as you would like from a single point. Well, not unless you head to the El Misti stratovolcano, which is located just outside the city. The summit stands at an exhilarating height of over 19,000 feet, dominating the entire skyline in the region. And yes, it's climbable, attracting hikers from all around the country. The ascent may not be the most challenging hike ever, but it certainly is not for the feeble-minded. However, the view of the city from the summit is breathtaking and can be considered more than enough reward for your efforts. So if you reckon yourself fit enough, you can head out to the base of the stratovolcano, where you can join a hiking party for the ascent. The hike to this summit often takes about 2 days, so you already know to pack food, water, camping kits, and climbing gear. Number 7. Visit the outstanding Basilica Cathedral. Peru, like many other South American countries, has many famous architectural attractions, and Arequipa does not lack its fair share. Among the collection of brilliant structures in this city is the Basilica Cathedral de Arequipa, which is one of the finest in the country. The cathedral is famous for its magnificent architecture and holds the record as the oldest cathedral in the city, dating back to the 15th century. This building still remains one of the most significant in the country today, despite undergoing several rebuilds. If you are a fan of history and architecture, then a visit to this cathedral is in order. You'll find many tourists like you flocking in to explore the famous attraction all year round. Also, there are guides on ground to take you on a tour through each hall in the cathedral, in case you find it too large to explore alone. Number 6. Take a walk around San Lazaro at dusk. Looking for a fun way to spend your evenings? Then you can step out and take a stroll through San Lazaro, the oldest neighborhood in Arequipa. This neighborhood is not only known for its age-old streets, but it also has a unique layout that features narrow alleys. Walking down the streets of this traditional area will expose you to a great deal of Arequipa history, with ancient ashlar houses that have existed for hundreds of years. You may want to bring along a camera for this tour, as places like the Plaza Campo Redondo are pretty captivating at sunset. Truly, there aren't many more scenes as picturesque as this in Peru, and you don't want to miss out on capturing such brilliant moments in photographs. Number 5. Visit the Salinas and Aguada Blanca National Reserve. Just about 97 kilometers to the north of Arequipa is the ever so impressive Salinas and Aguada Blanca National Reserve, which is one of the most popular in the region. The reserve was built to protect the area's local flora and fantastic landscape formations. It also houses several strange caves that attract curious tourists to the area. Here, you can find different species of colorful birds, including flocks of beautiful flamingos. Although the reserve is somewhat famous, it's often unusually quiet and isolated. But then, the few tourists who make their way here often have many positive reviews. You surely don't want to miss out on visiting this reserve and enjoying its stunning views. By the way, if you want to learn how to save money on airfares, then click on the link in the description below. This guide teaches you how to always get the cheapest flights when traveling to Peru or anywhere else. Number 4. Get religious at the beautiful churches in the city center. There's always something for everyone to do in Arequipa, Peru, even for those looking to explore a bit more of religion. Peru can easily be referred to as a religious country, hence the many churches scattered across every town, and the Basilica Cathedral is undoubtedly the most popular among them. However, you can still find several other churches worth visiting here. Feel free to head into any of the beautiful churches in Arequipa and get in touch with your spiritual self. These structures are excellent attractions for non-religious people as well, recording significant numbers of visitors each year. Plus, most of the churches, including Santa Teresa, Iglesia de la Campaña, Iglesia de San Francisco, and Iglesia de San Agustin, open their doors to tourists looking to admire the brilliant architecture and ancient relics on display. You surely should pick a day to head into the city and explore the uniquely built cathedrals and their detailed designs. Number 3. Watch the sunset from a rooftop bar or cafe. It's always a delightful scene when the sun sets in this part of the country, and you can see both tourists and locals lining up on their balconies to take in this breathtaking view. This is one activity you don't want to miss out on during your stay in Arequipa. In fact, you can take it a notch higher by experiencing this nature's artwork from a rooftop cafe or bar. Luckily, there are more than a few of these establishments across Arequipa where you can go to catch a glimpse of the sun setting while sipping a cup of expertly brewed coffee or gobbling a bottle of the best beer. You not only get to watch the sunset from this point, but you get to also enjoy a different view of the city. In the end, one thing is for sure, and it's the fact that you will cherish this experience for a long time. Number 2. Enjoy a meal at a local restaurant. Peruvian cuisines are very popular in South America, with many of their local dishes being adopted in neighboring countries. Indeed, a trip to this part of the world promises ecstasy for your taste buds. Once you're settled into your hotel room in Arequipa, feel free to head out to any local restaurant nearby to enjoy some of the best recipes. On the menus, you'll find local delicacies like lomo saltado, which is made with beef, ají de gallina, which is a creamy chicken recipe, and papas a la huaqueña, which translates to potatoes in spicy cheese sauce, among others. You also do not want to miss out on the opportunity to get a taste of the famous Peruvian ceviche in the course of your visit to Arequipa. For the best local experience, you may want to head out to Picantera Victoria, a popular restaurant in the city center. Number 1. Discover interesting exhibits at the local museums. Talk about the most significant tourist attractions in Arequipa, and the local museums are always the favorite. Well, this is certainly no coincidence, as these local museums are known to have some of the rarest relics on display, thereby attracting tons of tourists and locals from far and wide looking to get a glimpse of these artifacts. Luckily, several local art and history museums are scattered across town, so you don't have to worry about your preferred destination getting overly populated. If you are a history enthusiast, you can escape the afternoon sun by heading into one of the archaeology museums in the city center to discover the exciting exhibits there. Top museums to visit at Arequipa include the El Museo San Agustin, Museo de la Catedral, and the USA Archaeology Museum, among others. Click on this next video now to discover more information about Peru that you will definitely love.